Q106.7 weather.
Here's your KQNK forecast. Clear skies today with highs around 49. Winds out of the west 8 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies tonight, lows level off around 25. Bright sunshine tomorrow, highs level off around 54. Partly cloudy skies and dry. Friday, clouds on the increase by Saturday. Upper 40s Friday, mid-20s by Saturday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood. Currently, it's 9 degrees above zero.
Kansas Information Network News, I'm Jen Austin. An hours-long standoff in Kansas City ended with a man arrested. Brandon Dixon has more.
Happened Tuesday morning following a shooting in an apartment on East 26th Street. When police arrived, they said a man and woman could be heard arguing. Then several gunshots. They entered the apartment and found a woman with critical gunshot wounds. She was taken to the hospital and several children were removed. Meanwhile, cops say the man barricaded himself in a bedroom with a gun for several hours until eventually surrendering peacefully. I'm Brandon Dixon.
In southwest Kansas, grant funds could help build a railroad overpass in Liberal. The town received over $1.6 million from a federal railroad administration program and will use the money to study potential sites where an overpass could be built. As it is now, a train passing through can stop traffic for 30 or 40 minutes, and many who live there have been pushing for an overpass. And leaders in Liberal could ask for construction money in the coming years. For now, a study. This is Kansas Information Network News.
Healthcare.gov has plans for health because you have plans for life. All plans cover doctor visits and emergency care to keep you and your family running strong. All plans cover hospital stays and prescriptions so you can have peace of mind. Visit healthcare.gov to explore health plans from the brands you know. 4 out of 5 customers can find a health plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Final deadline to enroll is January 15th. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Good morning. I'm Natalie Hadley with your KQNK News. Brought to you by Firebolt Ag, LLC, serving all of your chemical and fertilizer needs. A need for new prisons, falling tax collections, and the ongoing drought are just some of the issues state lawmakers got caught up on Tuesday, with the state's water shortage top of the mind for many. The Kansas Water Office is reporting back to lawmakers on a statewide tour, listening to Kansans on what they'd like to see happen to fix the problem. Kansans, from the Sierra Club to the Farm Bureau, from the big cities to small rural communities, have made it clear that they want clean, safe water, and that will be around for generations to come. And the Water Office said that will cost about $140 million a year. The Department of Corrections also asked for money to expand and update facilities, even building a new prison in Hutchinson, which would cost an estimated $453 million alone. While the current number of inmates across Kansas is down from the record high it hit just before the pandemic started, the Secretary of Corrections says it's going back up, and he expects Kansas will exceed available bed space for women by late 2026 and for men sometime in 2028. A report on recent tax bills shows the state now expects Kansans to pay about $1.86 billion less in taxes next year, and even less than that in 2026. On Wednesday, the governor will lay out a review of how she thinks Kansas is doing in her annual State of the State address. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment announced its reaccreditation by the Public Health Accreditation Board, or PHAB, for the next 5 years, extending through 2029, and this achievement reaffirms the Kansas Department of Health and Environment's dedication to meeting the highest national standards for quality and performance in public health services. Reaccreditation follows a rigorous pre-reviewed process to assess the Kansas Department of Health and Environment against the PHAB's national standards, demonstrating its capacity to evolve, improve, and effectively address the health needs for Kansas communities. PHAB, a nonprofit organization supported by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, works to advance and transform public health practice through accreditation. Their program sets benchmarks for quality and performance improvement, helping health departments build infrastructure, bolster community engagement, and address differences in health among groups of people. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment first achieved PHAB accreditation in 2017 and has regularly prioritized programs that improves community health, enhance quality management, and deepens public engagement. Moving forward, the agency will focus on sustainability efforts, including regular assessments, training, and fostering ongoing dialogue with communities through focus groups and public health projects. To learn more about the Kansas Department of Health and Environment's public health initiatives and this important milestone, you can visit kdhe.ks.gov. Farmers and ranchers from across Kansas gathered in Manhattan January 10th through the 12th for the annual Young Farmers and Ranchers Leaders Conference. Nearly 500 attended the three-day Kansas Farm Bureau Conference designed to provide educational and networking opportunities for young growers in Kansas. The conference provided farmers and ranchers between the ages of 18 and 35 with agricultural education, motivational speakers, and opportunities to connect with industry resources and network with peers. Attendees heard from Jordy Nelson, a former K-State star receiver and Super Bowl 45 champion with the Green Bay Packers, and Dan Thompson, a feedlot veterinarian and CEO of Production Animal Consultation, who founded Doc Talk on RFD-TV. State committee members from each of the 10 Kansas Farm Bureau districts planned and hosted the conference, which included workshops, speakers, tours, and competitions. And the Young Farmers and Ranchers State Committee played an integral part in making this year's conference a success. In Nebraska news, deputies with the York County Sheriff's Office and officers with the York Police Department were executing a search warrant at a home on the southwest edge of the city on Monday night, where they found methamphetamine, marijuana, prescription medications, drug paraphernalia, and several knives. A child was sleeping in the home, which the Sheriff's Office said was not suitable for them, so the minor was placed in the custody of the Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services. 33-year-old Ashley Bogenhagen was arrested on suspicion of 9 charges, including possession of a controlled substance, child abuse, possession of a deadly weapon by a prohibited person, and being a habitual criminal. 43-year-old Benjamin Walker, 34-year-old Bobby Joe Potter, and 38-year-old Darrell Potter Jr. each face 4 charges: child abuse, possession of a controlled substance, possession of less than 1 ounce of marijuana, and possession of drug paraphernalia. A former Maywood Public Schools teacher is now facing amended charges, including allegations of manufacturing child pornography and abuse. According to Frontier County court records, 29-year-old Nicholas High of Bertrand was charged with 2 counts of allegedly manufacturing of sexually explicit material involving minors, 2 counts of third-degree sexual abuse by a school employee, and 4 counts of felony child abuse. The updated charges stem from alleged incidents allegedly occurring between August 2020 and June 2024, and High's preliminary hearing is scheduled for February 7th in Frontier County Court. I'll be back with more in just a moment.
Firebolt Ag is a full-service fertilizer and chemical retailer. They customize products for individual farmers' needs, with the primary focus being customer profitability. Let Josh and Jack help you get the most out of your farm ground. They also provide in-house marketing with Ron Wall of Flatwater Solutions. Visit Ron in Phillipsburg or call Josh at 785-854-8484 or Jack at 308-840-2819. Firebolt Ag, your leader in agriculture.
According to the unofficial minutes of the Norton County Board of Commissioners meeting that was held on December 31st, Commissioner Garrett Beidler called the meeting of the Norton County Board of Commissioners to order at 9 a.m. in the Commission Room, and in attendance were Richard Thompson, Garrett Beidler, and Marvin Matchett. Commissioner Matchett made a motion to open an NRP hearing with a second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed. Chairman Beidler opened up the meeting to public comment, and present for the hearing was Alan Hale, the Norton County Appraiser, Mindy Harding with the Appraisal Office, Abigail Horn, the Norton County Attorney-elect, and Jean Carter, and a general discussion was then held on the terms and agreement of the proposed NRP draft. After that, with there being no further discussion, Commissioner Thompson made a motion to close the hearing with the second from Commissioner Matchett, and the motion passed. Commissioner Matchett made a motion to approve the Neighborhood Revitalization Plan as written, with a second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed 3-0. Ted White with the Norton County Solid Waste spoke with the Commission on a quote from Foley Equipment to replace the Advancis adapter and teeth for the 953 loader. Chairman Beidler made a motion to approve the quote of $3,634.60 from Foley, with the second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed 3-0. An update quote from BG Consultants was then reviewed for 2025 services. A hearing was held at 9:30 a.m. for the purpose of the 2024 Norton County budget amendments, and John Mapes with Mapes and Miller Accounting was present for the hearing. A motion was made by Commissioner Matchett to open the hearing, with the second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed. The hearing was then open to public comment, however, there was none. A motion was made by Commissioner Thompson to close the hearing, with the second from Commissioner Matchett, and the motion passed. And a motion was then made by Commissioner Matchett to adopt the amended budget as published, with the second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed 3-0. A motion was made by Chairman Beidler to amend the General Fund Capital Improvement Line Item Fund by $8,500 to be transferred to the Economic Development Fund for funding. The motion was given a second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed 3-0. The December 2024 vouchers and payroll were approved and signed by the Commission and the County Attorney. Resolution 2024-11 was presented to the Commission for approval and signature, and Resolution 2024-11 is a resolution appointing deputy county surveyors as required by KSA 1914-01 and KSA 58-2005. Wayne Dietz and Brian Burlier were appointed as deputy county surveyors. A motion was made by Commissioner Thompson to adopt Resolution 2024-11, with the second from Chairman Beidler, and the motion passed. Dallas Goslin with the Norton City County Economic Development joined the meeting with Alan Hale to discuss the next steps for the NRP program. Dallas said he will be speaking with the tax entities to explain the program and request their participation, and each tax entity will be required to sign a resolution and or agreement to participate or opt out of the program. A motion was made by Commissioner Matchett to approve the December 23rd minutes, with a second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed. A motion was made by Commissioner Matchett to approve the transfer of 2024 audited funds to the Department Capital Outlay Funds. The motion was given a second by Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed. The Norton County Commission reviewed the appointments to the Norton County Hospital Board, and 2 positions were open, each being a 4-year term. A motion was then made by Chairman Beidler to appoint James Maru and Robert D. Wyatt to the board positions. The motion was given a second by Commissioner Matchett, and the motion passed 3-0. After an executive session for a period of 15 minutes for the purpose of non-elected personnel and to include Cherie Milnes and County Clerk Robert Wyatt, the Commission returned to regular session at 11:45 a.m. with no action taken, and with no further business before the board, the meeting was then adjourned until January 6th. Your menu today for Eisenhower Elementary School: for lunch you'll be having chicken supreme, green beans, baby carrots, fruit cocktail, and milk. For Norton Community High School and Junior High, your lunch today will be breaded chicken sandwich or Mr. Rib sandwich with french fries, fruit, and milk. And for Northern Valley Schools, your lunch today will be chili with crackers, fresh vegetable, cheese stick, fruit, and cinnamon bun. I'm Natalie Hadley. Your KQNK News was brought to you by Firebolt Ag, LLC, farmers helping farmers to succeed. You can contact Firebolt Ag today to get the most out of your farmland. Your KQNK weather forecast is being brought to you by Hinkle Termite and Pest Control, your Norton experts for all of your pest control needs. Your forecast for today: it should be sunny with the high near 49 and a west wind of 5 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, it should be mostly clear with the low around 25 and a west wind around 10 miles per hour. On Thursday, it should be sunny with the high near 54 with the west wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour becoming south in the afternoon. And on Thursday night, it should be clear with a low around 26. I'll be back with the rest of your forecast in just a moment.
When you've got bugs, we know what a nuisance that can be.
Lock 'em out. From Hinkle Termite and Pest Control, Lock 'em Out is our very effective residential insect prevention program. We'll come to your place and treat your foundation plus all insect entryways. And while we're there, receive a free termite inspection. Call Mr. Rich Wenzel, our certified technician in Norton, at 785-202-0167. That's 202-0167.
Continuing with your weather forecast, on Friday it should be sunny with a high near 49 and breezy with a west wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour and wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour on Friday. On Saturday it should be mostly cloudy with a high near 26. On Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 16. On Monday, partly sunny with a high near 17. And on Tuesday, should be sunny with a high near 27. Currently, with fair skies, it is 16 degrees. The humidity is 93%. The wind speed is west at 6 miles per hour. The barometric pressure is 30.32. The dew point is 14 degrees. And the current wind chill is 7 degrees. Your weather was brought to you by Hinkle Termite and Pest Control right here in Norton. You can call Hinkle Termite and Pest Control at 785-202-0167 for all of your pest control needs. It is 8:17. It's time for Kansas Sports. That's being brought to you by United Northwest Federal Credit Union, where everything they do for you.
Save more, earn more with the Easy Saver account at the United Northwest Federal Credit Union. Enrollment in this program automatically rounds up the amount of all debit card and share draft purchases made from your checking account to the next whole dollar and deposits into the Easy Saver savings account. Not only will this account help you save, but it also earns 2.01% APY monthly. Special terms and conditions apply. Come in today and open your Easy Saver account at the United Northwest Federal Credit Union, where everything we do for you. NCUA insured.
KIN Sports, I'm Spencer Dupuis. Matt Derrick of ChiefsDigest.com joined 580 WIBW in Topeka last Friday, and he talked about Kingsley Suamataia playing left guard in the Chiefs' final regular season game of the year and how that could go going forward.
The Chiefs have certainly considered that with both him and Wanye Morris about whether or not they're better suited as guards. And really, I think it was more with Wanye earlier, but now, it has gone to that spot that maybe they do think that Kingsley's better position as guard. That would make things interesting because, you've got, right now, you don't have either one of your guards that you really in the mix for next year. I mean, Joe Tooney's got that $26.9 million cap hit that you got to make a decision on. Trey Smith obviously is not under contract for next year, so you could have two guard positions up for grabs. You've got Mike Caliendo and Hunter Norzad that I think have obviously looked good and look like they could be starters. You throw Kingsley into the mix, then it's, what is Wanye? I mean, can he be your left tackle next year? I still don't know that the Chiefs really have that answered.
The Chiefs host the Texans Saturday at 3:30 p.m. on ESPN for the divisional round of the playoffs. Kansas Information Network Sports, I'm Spencer Dupuis.
What is dedication?
My daughter started making necklaces. She makes what we call affirmation fashion. I tell her every day that your black is beautiful. Your black is beautiful. And if there's anything better than being beautiful, it's being smart. And if there's anything better than being smart, it's being kind. And reaffirming that every day is our method of making sure her chin never drops. My dad wasn't around, and I remember riding a bike and falling off and cutting myself, and me never just wanting to get back on it. People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike, and you didn't? I didn't teach them. I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
It's true, many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, I agree, and I'd like to help. I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Philip Eisenhagen. Together we can give your long-term retirement strategy the attention it deserves. Stop by our office at 418 East Holm here in Norton or call 877-3373. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.